My fear is, in most cases, looking at what happened during the NSAS, I hope it doesn't get out of hand. And more especially when we cannot identify the leadership, that makes it more difficult.
If you're releasing all this amount of money and what is getting to my pocket is one handful of rice, of course I'm still going to protest. It's a drop in the ocean. So that's what the challenge is. We see these huge amounts of money being announced. What were those amounts used for? Who is responsible? And why are the people not feeling the impact?
Absolutely.
Sagbakuba SAN has written a cease and desist letter to Gislov, and I hope that because some people have to pay. Yes. If not, this will continue.
Heads must roll.
Yes,
heads must roll. You cannot disparage a woman in that manner. Unacceptable.
We don't want all this issue of food palliative to be distributed again.
If you take that fry, 20 trucks of rice to Aja Junction, they will share it in less than 5 minutes.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn, ẹ súnmọ́ bí ẹ wá bá ń gbọ́ yìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ àjọ fojú ayọ̀ wò.
My fear is, in most cases, looking at what happened during the NSAS, I hope it doesn't get out of hand. And more especially when we cannot identify the leadership, that makes it more difficult. Because there is a need before strike, even Labour that went on strike severally, they normally issue out warning. Now we only see the warning to go on strike, and we don't know who are the faces.
All right, Ali Ndume here is saying we don't know who are the faces. I missed your conversation earlier, but I know we discussed this, the presidency attacking the supporters of Peter Obi, saying that they are the ones behind this nationwide protest, which, you know, there are a lot of reasons to condemn like a mass protest, because obviously what happened during the NSAS was not good. But you know, his comment aligns also with that of the Nigeria Labour Congress. The NLC, in a statement on Monday, appealed to President Tinubu to dialogue with the leaders of the planned demonstration, saying that Tinubu should invite the leaders of the planned protest and listen to their grievances. I also loved your comment about this podcast. I've never been on Twitter Spaces. I loved that comment earlier. But I think that it is what needs to be done. Yeah. Dialogue. I respect the NLC. I respect Ali Ndume. We need to dialogue, but you cannot blame Nigerians that want to come out to protest. Sure. There is hardship in the land. We have seen a lot of videos. In fact, one of them is a viral video showing, I believe, it was the chairman of the Nigerian Association of Refrigerator and Air Conditioner Practitioners, Jobi Oluwarutomi, lamenting over the half bag of rice reportedly given to him by the federal government to share with more than 300 practitioners in Ondo State. Let's look at that video really quickly.
A few days ago, I was called upon that the state government or federal government or whatever, I don't know which one I can call it, that they are distributing palliative. I should come and receive for my members. I was speechless when I got there. Come and see what I saw. Can you see by yourself? Can you see this is maize? This is maize. Can you see it? Can the whole world see it? What they are and this is right. I want to tell you that we even paid for this. They collected money to convey this. And this quality you are seeing here is for a member that is almost about 300 practitioners under me in Akure South and Akure North. And I don't know how I will go about this, giving it to them. I just want to appeal to the state government and even the federal government. They should please leave us alone. We don't want all this issue of food palliative to be distributed again. This is cruel. This is purely inhuman. This is wickedness. They should please leave us alone.
I mean, we did take that story where the federal government said that they were going to distribute 20 trucks of rice to the state. I mean, is this what's happening in Ondo State? I believe the governor should this is what we are saying. This is what we were saying that day. We were saying that this should not go to some sort of constituency project and, you know, to these party members. And we are saying this young man here, I mean, we need to investigate that video because it is quite viral. Rufai.
Oji.
Yes.
Why are you surprised? Yeah. You are distributing 20 bags of rice, 20 trucks of rice
4,200
per state.
4,000
per state, yeah.
If you take that fry, 20 trucks of rice to Aja Junction, they will share it in less than 5 minutes. When they did the reports, some people did the calculation. It came down to 1/6 of a paint bucket of rice. People will literally get, when you pack rice in their hand like this and give it to them. That's what they will get. It's so mega. That's why some people have started the idea of, why don't you give them food stuff where they can buy the cheaper price in the markets? Or you can also help them in such a way that you give them the money in their pockets. Because this thing, it will never be up to. There's no how. Are you surprised? When they shared palliative in Lagos, you see the bread, they were sharing bread for people that time. Cutting bread. People were throwing the food away. Yeah. Now what kind of work is, you can't compare to the palliative they share in other parts of the world. It will never be enough. And a lot of that food will be lost to logistics. It will be lost to carry. You heard what he said. They even paid for money to carry the trucks and things like that. So I think a conditional cash transfer, they have everybody's bank details. Alerts, Nigerians like alerts. Even if it's 33K or 44K, bang, bang, in people's account, it will go a long way. You know, with that money, they can go and use to buy mama put, buy small food in the market and, even if it's a meal a day. Yeah. I mean, but it's never going to be enough.
Yeah, right. We're seeing interventions, though. We are seeing that the federal government is making strides to help alleviate this sort of poverty that we're experiencing. In the meantime, the federal government has released 438 billion naira to 34 states and the Federal Capital Territory for the Nigeria Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus Program, NG Cares.
That's why I asked the question earlier as to, we should also ask states questions, because truthfully, as part of interventions, the federal government has released some funds to the state governments to be able to meet the needs of the people. Even though I'm still of the opinion that it should still be trickled down to the local governments because they're the ones who are closest in touch with the people. One of the things is CNG buses as well. Federal government gave state government money for CNG, to promote CNG buses and conversion. What has happened to the money? Because people need to start asking those questions. It's great to see these numbers. It's great to see some states, if we check, have given accounts as to what they did. There was different projects across different states. What have they done with the money? If people are not feeling the impact, even if we keep announcing these billions of naira, they will still protest because it's not about the announcement on TV or the press releases. It is it getting to my stomach? Is it getting to my table? And you saw the Ondo State man talk about the fact that, look at the rice. So if you're releasing all this amount of money and what is getting to my pocket is one handful of rice, of course I'm still going to protest. It's a drop in the ocean. So that's what the challenge is. Yeah. Let us probe. We see these huge amounts of money being announced. What were those amounts used for? Who is responsible, and why are the people not feeling the impact?
Absolutely. Dialogue and interventions are great to avoid this protest. Nigeria will be great.
Amen. No, and we enjoy the greatness of Nigeria.
Absolutely. Well, Nigeria now let's, following that debacle between Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti, a blog listed names of some female celebrities who they claim to be side chicks of the Senate President, including Nollywood actress Dakore Akonde, were reacting via a post on Instagram. The actress described the allegations as a very wicked lie, adding that she has never met the Senate President and also threatened legal action against the blog for trying to tarnish her image.
Categorically state that I have never, ever in my life met the Senate President. I have not had any cause to see him or to be in the same room with him, not to talk of being one of his side chicks. Hello, I'm married, happily married. I have 2 beautiful children. I have always been above board in my dealings with anyone. So for a blogger, a jobless, wicked blogger, to decide to put my name amongst women who have been with this man is totally wicked and totally unfounded. It is a lie from the pit of hell. I want to put it out there right now. Anybody who can say that I have been with this man, that you have evidence, hard evidence, video or audio, I will give you 5 million naira.
All right, I'm glad Dakore, who is my very dear friend actually, has come out to respond to this allegation. It is cruel, yes, it is uncalled for, and I believe that blog should be taken down immediately. Aren't there agencies that do that? How dare you?
I think they've pulled them down many times and they keep coming back again and again.
What is it called? Gist lovers, something?
Oh, we haven't given them...
No, because we need to let them know it's completely unacceptable.
The damage is already done. Yes, it's already done. Yeah. So this is an age-old, and it is just as bad as what that the views, the coalition of women had come out to speak against.
Yes.
The fact that when you say a woman who is successful, the first thing that comes to your mind, or it's easily believable that she probably got there because of this, or if you, and by successful, I'm not even saying in terms of attainment of a career, but even financially successful, there must be a sugar daddy sponsoring it. And so that's why a faceless, nameless blog can post up pictures of women and and allude that they are sleeping with or having affairs with the Senate president, and people just take it hook, line, and sinker because why? It's a woman, she's successful, there must be something behind her success. It is shameful, and we must end this narrative. By the way, her lawyer, Olisa Gbakuba SAN, has written a cease and desist letter to Gislov, and I hope that because some people have to pay. If not, this will continue.
Heads must roll.
Yes, heads
must roll. You cannot disparage a woman in that manner. Unacceptable.
In most cases, looking at what happened during the NSAS, I hope it doesn't get out of hand. And more especially when you cannot identify the leadership, that makes it more difficult.
If you're releasing all this amount of money and what is getting to my pocket is one handful of rice, of course I'm still going to protest. It's a drop in the ocean. So that's what the challenge is. We see these huge amounts of money being announced. What were those amounts used for? Who is responsible, and why are the people not feeling the impact?
Absolutely.
Gbakuba SAN has written a cease and desist letter to Gislov, and I hope that because some people have to pay. If not, this will continue.
Heads must roll.
Yes, heads
must roll. You cannot disparage a woman in that manner. Unacceptable.
títí wá dìgbà míì táwọn ìjọba àfojú ojú lórí ìkànnì Wo TV pẹ̀lú àkọ́tún ètò gbáǹkọ́gbì míì èmi ń lọ mò ń padà bọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà ẹ má kó lórí ìkànnì Wo TV àmọ́ ẹ má bá mi like ẹ má share kẹ́dẹ̀ má subscribe títí wá dìgbà yẹn ń kọ́ ire o.